Mid-sized companies have been seeking an efficient, reasonably priced solution to handle the flood of data generated by 21st century businesses. And now these companies can use a storage area network to store data, but on a smaller scale than enterprises, and without the expense and complexity of enterprise-scale fiber channel SANs. Data volume, regulatory requirements, and virtualization are all driving the trend towards NAS and SAN solutions. There are performance issues as well. The new generation of higher throughput processors designed for virtualization will increase demands on the network infrastructure. Enterprise-scale companies have met these challenges with fiber channel SANs, but they are complex, expensive to install and maintain, and they must be managed by experts with specialized training and skills. The iSCSI protocol offers an attractive alternative to fiber channel SANs that is perfect for mid-sized businesses. iSCSI is supported in most operating systems and allows standard Ethernet infrastructure to be used as a SAN interconnect fabric. Benefits of the iSCSI approach include reduced equipment and management costs, enhanced server management, improved disaster recovery, and excellent performance. This reference design provides a low-latency, high-bandwidth, fully redundant storage solution for a mid-sized business or branch office of a larger enterprise. Its key components are a Netgear ReadyData RD5200 2U rack-mountable storage device and Netgear switches to ensure high-performance data exchange. It also includes multiple Hyper-V servers and multiple file server clients distributed in the rest of the network. The ReadyData platform ships with ReadyData OS, which enables a full complement of enterprise capabilities as standard features. The ReadyData 5200 has two 10G ports and two 1G ports. The 10G ports are used for iSCSI connectivity to the Hyper-V servers, with multipathing used for fault tolerance and performance enhancement. The 1G ports are used for file server functions. These ports are bonded using distributed link aggregation across the XSM switches for redundancy and dynamic load balancing. File sharing is governed by the SMB CIFS protocol. This provides redundancy and dynamic load balancing for serving clients located anywhere in the rest of the network. At the distribution layer, two stacked XSM 7224S M7300 series switches provide a virtual chassis for high performance and highly redundant aggregation. The ReadyData 5200 connects to the 10G ports on both switches via one 10G SFP plus DAC cable on each switch, but without losing link aggregation, with no bonding. The ReadyData 5200 connects to the 1G ports on both switches using regular gigabit copper links. In this case, using bonding, distributed link aggregation on the virtual chassis switch side. The XSM 7224S M7300 virtual chassis uses distributed link aggregation, two 10G links per physical switch, for a 40 gigabit unidirectional connection to the rest of the network. At the access layer, two stacked M5300 52G3 switches form a virtual chassis with link aggregation across both switches to provide connectivity to clients. In addition, there is one 40 gigabits redundant connection to the distribution layer. All links are active with load balancing, unlike spanning tree technologies. Immediate network failover protection is provided in the unlikely event that one of the distribution switches should fail. The design has an overall 2.4:1 oversubscription to the distribution layer. Each switch has an RPS 4000 redundant power supply equipped with one APS 1000 watt power module for the stack. It is assumed in this design that the VMs will use several VLANs, and that traffic must be routed among them on the switch side. This inter-VLAN routing is accomplished by creating Layer 3 interfaces, IP addresses assigned to VLAN interfaces, and using straightforward static routing on the XSM 7224S M7300 series virtual chassis. This design offers multiple levels of security including port-based, access control lists, and radius. And Netgear switches support MAC authentication bypass for non-radius-aware endpoints. Netgear has the only solution with a fully functional interface along with an industry-standard command line interface. We will now show you an example of how we configure the VLANs using both CLI and GUI. Step 1. We'll configure the VLANs using the command line interface. We use VLAN 5 as a management VLAN, and we use one VLAN for each of the storage server's 10G links, VLAN 80 and VLAN 90. And then we use one VLAN for the storage server's bonded 1G links, VLAN 10. First, we go to the VLAN database and create VLAN 5, 10, 80, and 90. Now we need to declare the VLANs with routing. We make VLAN 5 a routing VLAN. Same thing for VLAN 10, 80, and 90. Step 2. Now we configure the VLAN interfaces. First, we go into the configuration mode. For VLAN 10, storage servers bonded 1G links, we enable routing and we assign an IP address, 192.168.1.1/24. Now for the two VLANs 80 and 90 for the storage servers 10G links, we enable routing and we assign IP addresses for each, 192.168.88.1/24 and 192.168.89.1/24. Step 3. We enable routing globally on the switch with the command IP routing. Step 4. We configure the storage server's 10G links. For each physical interface, we need to match the correct VLAN interface with the storage server's port configuration. First, I go into the interface 1/0/22 on the first switch, and for VLAN participation, we exclude VLAN 1 and include VLAN 80. We add VLAN PVID 80 for this interface. This is the primary VLAN ID, also called default or native VLAN. Now we go to the second interface, and on the other switch in the stack, interface 2/0/22, we do the same thing. We exclude VLAN 1 and include VLAN 90. Here we set VLAN PVID 90 for primary VLAN ID or native VLAN and exit. Now here is an example of how to configure the VLANs with the fully functional, easy-to-use GUI interface. Step 1. Declare the VLANs. The configuration uses one VLAN for each of the storage server's 10G links, VLAN 80 and VLAN 90. Use one VLAN for the storage server's bonded 1G links, VLAN 10. Choose Switching, VLAN, Advanced, VLAN Configuration. For each VLAN, enter the correct VLAN ID and click Add. Step 2. Choose Routing, VLAN, VLAN Routing. Select each VLAN ID from the drop-down menu and enter its IP address and subnet mask. Click Add after configuring each VLAN. Step 3. Choose Routing, IP, Basic, IP Configuration, and enable routing mode. Click Apply. Step 4. Configure ports for the storage server's 10G links. Choose Switching, VLAN, Advanced, and VLAN Membership. For each port, select the corresponding VLAN ID from the drop-down menu and click the box under the port until you see the U for untagged. Click Apply. Step 5. Configure the VLAN PVID for each of the ports. Choose Switching, VLAN, Advanced, Port PVID Configuration. For each port, select it and enter the correct configured PVID value. Click Apply. Netgear managed switches offer a secure, future-proof networking infrastructure for mid-size organizations and campus networks. But why Netgear? Competitors like HP and Cisco focus on enterprise and data centers, fighting against Brocade, Arista, Force 10, IBM Blade, and Juniper. When it comes to mid-size organizations, they have to repurpose and dumb down their solutions to meet the price demands while justifying them. And in spite of a significantly reduced feature set, they are still quite expensive and complex to deploy and maintain. We at Netgear provide better value by building our offerings from the ground up and not the top down, so that by adding new features we are reaching up to new companies and not worried about protecting any enterprise business reaching down to smaller markets. We continually strive to simplify the management of our solutions. In addition to a real industry standard CLI, all our managed switches come with a fully functional web management interface, not just a dashboard, which makes us easier to use and more attractive to SMB and distributed branch enterprise companies. Last but not least, we systematically lower the overall acquisition and lifecycle costs with things like 10 gigabit built-in uplinks and industry-leading lifetime warranties and technical support. For more detailed information, visit netgear.com and download the Networking Solutions for Storage Guide and the detailed application note, or call a Netgear representative.